Hello, Narnach here. Oh, welcome back to Stellaris. We are playing as the Wulven Pack. And we are slowly discovering that space is not as empty as you would expect. There's actually quite a number of species out there. So we are making contact with some of them over there, some of them over there. In our immediate vicinity, it seems ominously quiet for now. But I'm sure that's gonna change. If you have a look at the... Not this one. That was a button, yes. So if you hit F5 you get the situation log, but on the bottom here there's the victory tab. So one way of winning is by owning 40% of all colonizable planets. Currently we have 13 out of 196 acquired, so we still have some way to go. But we almost have 10%. Once we hit 19 we have 10%. Or 20 technically. Depends on how you round it. We still have 14 other independent empires left to find. Oh no, actually there are that many left. So that's 1, 2, this one is subjugated, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 8 more empires out there that we haven't yet met. That's interesting. So I've also taken the time in between episodes to go over all our planets, both the 4 that we directly control and the 3 planets under governance of Frisky, the sector leader. And I've enslaved all the populations with ethical divergence. And also had a quick look at our own planets. I've enqueued some removal of debris. So with the yellow outlines we can remove it, because we are bumping into empty space. So that's gonna be fixed soon. Also, something I hadn't yet realized, which is actually pretty useful to realize. On a planet that doesn't yet have a administrative building. So, no, you can build buildings, but they are basic buildings. And I figured, you get 1 mineral for that. That's not gonna be worth the 1 energy per month that you pay for it. The thing is, basic buildings don't cost energy. They don't cost energy. Well, actually the science lab does. But the basic mines don't cost energy. Basic farms don't cost energy. And power plants, of course, they only produce energy. So, building up a basic mine, it's very cheap. It's gonna cost 30 and it's gonna get you 1 mineral every month. So, after 2.5 years it has paid for itself, and all you need to do is put 30 minerals in and some time. So that's actually a relatively cheap investment. I can't... but I'm slightly upset that I forgot to notice that detail before. Because it's very useful to help develop your early colonies. So that is that. Let's unpause the game again. Let's get it back to a slight angle. So we have a lot of stuff left to explore. That's gonna be good. Where is our army right now? It's in FTL, back towards Adenir, where we are going to upgrade some of the ships to the better deal. Also, we got some science done. We got geothermal fracking. That means we can build mining network too. That's all the mines in the system we can now upgrade. They will use half of energy more per month, but they'll produce an extra mineral. That's a pretty fair deal. So what are we gonna do now? Defense stations, I think they're just gonna be upgraded versions of the defense satellites that we already have. Those look good. Well, I realize we have Betharian refining. So Betharian is a new type of resource, Betharian stone. And it's after you do the research, that's when you can actually use them. And it's a resource that in this case you can use it to generate power, but different types of strategic resources will do different things. So I think it's going to be very useful to research this and get our hands on Betharian as soon as possible. Oh no, hostile fleet. Is that more space cows? That's more space cows. In an area of space we can't do anything with. Okay, that's okay. Why are you pinging? You completed a research station. Cookie for you. Is Astarte... Ooh, Astarte is also in our space. So we queue up a mining station as well. We already had Simtori, right? Yeah, excellent. So if we get our science vessel out here, we will start doing some research to see if we can actually habit this or not, or inhabit this.
Research complete.
I don't think habiting is a word, it's inhabiting. We have researched the technology of manifest destiny, and you see all the borders pop out, and the reason is we have 10% increased border radius on top of the 20% we already researched earlier. So that's pretty potent. Also, we have cold fusion power, so that's better power generators. So the ships we were going to upgrade, we actually can make better designs and take advantage of that. So that's excellent. That's very excellent. So physics. We can come up with better research alternatives. We can unlock plasma throwers, which are energy-based weapons that penetrate armor. Because I don't think our coil guns, they don't do anything. They just do a lot of damage, but you have to go through both shields and armor to actually do something with it. Small ones have a range of 20, medium ones have a range of 30. Oh, I just picked it, but I actually didn't read what it did. So this is 20 and 30, so this is the same range, and this just penetrates armor. How are the mining lasers? Because they do the same thing. Same range. Plasma throwers do more damage. And they use the same amount of power. Also, plasma throwers are more accurate. And they scale all the way up to large, which mining drone lasers don't. Interestingly, larger mining drone lasers have less range. I don't think this is a good technology. It seems to scale the wrong way. So plasma throwers as a secondary form of weapon to deal with cutting through armor might not be a bad idea. Then we have our regular guns that just do a lot of normal damage, and these help with shielded opponents. We also have lasers, blue and red. We got green crystal capacitors, smart shot throwers, also energy based. They have 50% armor penetration, and their range scales up interestingly as well, 10, 30, 40. So they are pretty rubbish at small sizes, but large ones have a range of 40, which is pretty potent. Here it's 35, 35. Cloud Lightning has a range of 40 as well, at biggest size. On the other hand, Physics Lab. Physics is currently one of our weaknesses that we might want to shore up. So let's research that. Oh, wow. Rare. Psionic theory. The mind is in many ways a reflection of the universe itself, a microcosmos. All species may not reach this insight, but their minds are tools greater than any other. This unlocks Psi Warriors, which I think are some kind of invasion troops, or is it... Oh, this is just a bonus to in general. Army damage goes up and morale damage goes up. These elite warriors are shrouded in mystery, relying on their powerful psionic abilities and extensive physical training to move about the battlefield. They prefer to engage their opponents in close combat, and many are extremely proficient with melee weapons. We just have to take this. This is a rare. If it's a rare, we take it. I think that's kind of an unofficial rule for the game. If you have a rare, you take it whether you need it or not. Might not be the best idea, but this way you do see the cool stuff that you don't often see. It reminds me, just talking about science, we actually have nationwide policies that we can enact, and one of them is an engineering research grant. It's gonna cost a bit of influence to maintain, but we have enough banked that that's not gonna be too much of an issue. And this is gonna boost our engineering research by 30%. So we got 18 right now, that's gonna give us 5.4 more. So that's gonna be 23.4 research per month. In turn, society and physics are gonna lose 10% each. So that's 2.5 and 3 per month that we lose. That way, we balance our research types a bit better. And I think for now, that is gonna be worth it. So once it turns into effect, it should...
Hostile fleet detected.
Oh, a hostile fleet. In Kenjor. Well, nearby. Placid Leviathans, where are you going? To Hilltop. Yeah, they're gonna pull a trick again. Once I get there, they'll go away. So I'm just gonna ignore them. Okay. So let's ignore the space cows, and we have another system that is now part of our empire. I can return to speed, but we gonna manage this sector and add Brakma to it. We are done moving up. We built stuff on Botagi. The Wulven core, yeah. That's... Wait, we actually have an army here. Nee, that's Adanir. What? The Hulfir have their army here. Of course, they're not gonna attack the cows for us. Where are the cows going? They're moving. Are they gonna huff gas here?
Hostile fleet detected.
They might actually end up huffing gas here. That's not too far away. Okay, let's give this another shot. Also, we lost someone. No, Governor Frisky. He died at the age of 84. Poor Frisky. In other words, Governor Nexus Cool 1 has leveled up. Level 3 now. Congratulations. We also detected something in Soval. We can't care about, but Wulven's car is good. But for now, we lost our governor, which means we need to assign a new governor. The others are busy, well, governing. So let's recruit someone new. What do we have? Oh, an intellectual. More engineering, just more research output, or an adaptable leader that gains more XP. I think we want the intellectual. And if you're going to govern an entire section of space, that's going to be pretty good for our research output. So, welcome aboard. We reassigned the extra area there, so Brakma also needs to have... Oh, we have something to observe here. Cool. That's then where one of the other species is. The primitive late medieval society. Alright, and with that, let's go back to space cow hunting.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. Yep, just building more buildings on our surface. Having a look. New contact. Ooh, we found someone new. Who is that? It looks like some kind of living rock. The Interstellar Bassadon Consciousness. We are the Interstellar Bassadon Consciousness, minions of the wise overlord Ludrexmix I. Our aim is to improve ourselves through the use of technology. Whether you agree with these goals or not, we do not think to challenge us, alien. We will fight you, because you sound not like a nice person. Already forgot what they were called. The Bassadon Interstellar Consciousness. So -40 because the new contact. They like our slavery policy, they don't like our purge policy, and they are xenophobes. So we're not gonna get best of buddies, but that's okay. They have already rivaled someone. They're equivalent in power, which is good. Their tech level is superior, but that's understandable. We haven't really focused a lot on tech. Instead, going more for just expanding, subjugating others. Well, the usual. Oh, now that we're talking about the diplomacy, you're still disloyal. Okay. I think once we get this to a positive status through our embassy, they'll flip. And then we can set up a research agreement with them. And that's gonna make them like us even better. Ooh. Governor Alina leveled up. Oh, we have a new governor, don't we? We need to name you. So, you used to be Cognats. Now you get a real name. Your real new name is going to be JMR Team. Welcome, Governor JMR Team. Also, Placid Leviathans, us, go. And the good thing is they get caught in the middle of the system, so there's not a lot of where they can go to. Oh yeah, we're gonna get ourselves some cows.
Hostile fleet
Pa. Savor the moment. Boom. Yeah, our space cows. They didn't leave any debris. But that doesn't matter. We killed cows. And we built a mining station. Also, we analyzed some debris up in the north. We got more progress on the red crystal capacitors and regenerative hull tissue. And some other assorted science points. Good. So, send you back to Adanir. Good. Probably wanna explicitly tell you to enter orbit, and then after that we can do some upgrading. Also, you're doing science. What? Is this revenge of the space cows? Or is this just time to feed the belly with space cows? I'm gonna go feed the belly. Warping to Vrul. That's pretty close to Quam. Okay, let's go there. We were going here anyway. So, target them. So once we arrive, we will pick them. They're winding down. Timing-wise, this might be a bit tricky. We'll see how it goes. Speed is fast, and they are going to Adanir. What? What a coincidence. That's where we live. Fleets.
Hostile fleet detected.
Yep, you are in Adanir now. And there you're gonna wind down for another 8 days. Yeah. Oh, are you gonna have gas? You're gonna have gas in Madragon's stronghold. Excellent. Very excellent. They're in FTL, so they'll just pop in and just overwhelm them. Good. Battle has been started. We are killing cows. Well, soonish.
Hostile fleet detected.
Good.
Situation log updated.
Excellent. There's a special project here that we can, because we have to butcher the space cows. I don't think we left enough of them in the Huvas core to get a project out of it. No, we didn't. That's okay. Kenjor, that's too far away. Interestingly. So, the fact that we're killing these gas grazers seems to only encourage them. On the other hand, we consider them to be hostiles. So, if we build a, let's say, a defensive station in Adanir, for example, because it's our capital, if they warp into it, they got captured and insta-killed by the station. That does not seem like a bad idea either. It's like our own cattle farm. Also, we get more red crystal capacitors and regenerative hull tissue progress. And we won. Okay. So, are we now doing proper research? Yes, we are. Also, we got ourselves a better power source now. We have cold fusion. Which means we can get better deflectors again for ourselves. Everything else is still optimal. And our guns are still optimal. We still have 10 power in surplus. These puppies generate 20. So if we get a better version of the shields, we can just plop them in without too much of an issue. That's pretty cool. On the other hand, we can also say we put just 2 lower tiers and 1 higher tier in, and we balance things that way and make things slightly cheaper. Because they're price listed. Yeah, it costs 10 and these cost 15. So price does go up. So if you can min-max it a bit better this way, then it's gonna save you. It's also gonna be a reduction for your upgrade costs. So destroyers, we wanted more shields on these puppies. That means we can now. So let's put another medium on, and then we upgrade the other power sources. Well, we don't have enough for that. Okay, so if we flip it. Wait, how expensive are they? 7.5. 15 here. Okay. One generates 20 in surplus still. Nothing else we can upgrade. Nope. That's +2. That's -2. I think we min-maxed this pretty well. 250 shields, that's a fair amount in my book. Finally, we have the defense platform. That we currently have some armor on. Oh, we can upgrade you, get some better power generation. We have a surplus of 30, which also means we can straighten out our guns again with just Tech 2. And we still have a lot of power to spare. We can probably swap them. So if we put a small generator here, then we can put a big deflector there up here. And wow, it actually breaks even. Excellent. So we upgraded our shields to 400. Which is a fair amount. Defense platform is only 280. Maintenance is in energy and minerals. That's pretty good. Well, if we ever finish constructing stuff, then that's gonna be a next priority, I think. How is our integration going with our subjects, the Hufir?
Hostile fleet detected.
Oh. Hostile fleet. It's one of those, we don't care about you again. Hufir, communications, what's the integration? How long is it going? 74 months remaining. That's, I'll say 6 years, 2 months. That's not too long. It's already 40% done. We have completed the research of regenerative hull tissue, because of course debris analysis. And we have Betharian refining. That's also very good. That means we have Betharian stone here in Rukbat, and it just happens to be on a planet that we already have a mining outpost on. So we just get it. That's excellent. Is it listed as a resource somewhere? No. That's interesting. Oh, strategic resources. Betharian stone, 3 out of 3. And as we start building refineries that use them to generate power, we will start consuming them. Let's see, any places where we have to build a mine yet? So Guram is now pretty good, it has 2. So So that's probably 2 places that already had a mine on them. Yep. Sometimes you get them for free. That's good. So all the places that you have already scouted will just instantly get knowledge of whether there are stuff or not. And I don't see any other locations yet that have it. So we were lucky in finding it. Well, actually, Jumla, but we are already gonna build there. So that's good. Placid Grazers, don't care about you. Ah, research station. That's why it was blinking like mad over here in Baldan. But that's okay. So slowly improving. We have completed the research. That means we need something new to research. So we could unlock cruisers. We could also unlock better armor, but we don't really use it a lot yet. Mineral processing. That unlocks the mineral processing plant, which is a factory that you put on the planet, and it's going to boost all the mineral output of the entire planet by 10% in addition to producing 2 minerals. This is pretty cool. Let's do that. It's also pretty cheap. Also, yeah, that's because we got the Betharian. So regenerative hull tissue is actually a module, and it's going to give the ship a little bit of hull regeneration. So it's just going to passively regenerate health points while it's out and about, so you don't have to keep sending your ships back to your base. But dedicating a small slot to it while you could have a shield generator in there, for example, feels a bit, yeah. Okay, so we got Batarian stuff, which also means we have access to Batarian power plants. Do we have some core worlds with space left still? Yes, you. Betharian power plant. It uses 1 Betharian stuff for maintenance, but it's gonna give us 6 power rather than the usual 3. So this is very strong. And it never hurts to have more power. Here we are doing pretty good still. Building another pop. You need not a mineral silo, but you need a basic mine to otherwise you'll get bored. Another empire. So interesting. Who are they? They have tentacles. They look a bit like Cthulhu. A greeting from the democratic Hegime planets. Chancellor Slugradep is our elected representative, but in truth all citizens have a voice in our government. We strive to better ourselves through technology, a desire we hope you will respect. So they actually have people that have a voice rather than an alpha that leads them. That's utter madness, that's chaos. We cannot be friends. We will fight for our right to exist and to preserve our way of life. Also, where are you located? Over there, the squid people, of course. Their logo is a squid. Looks squidish.
Research complete.
Slowly we are getting a better picture of what's out there. And we have researched quantum theory. Our trade treaty with the Hovir Consortium has timed out, so that's 10 years that we've had our research agreement going. We'll have to have a look at that and extend it a bit further. Let's see, unlocks the physics lab. Yes, that's good. I want that. It's gonna boost our physics research output by quite a bit. Wow, 38, 34 and 18. We definitely need to boost it. So better power plants, better Betharian power plants, that's very cool. Antimatter reactors, which is I think tier 4 power generator. That's pretty cool. Warp drive 2. That's the first upgrade we see to warp drives. That seems relevant. And I don't think there's anything in here that's relevant yet, even though there's purple stuff in there, but that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so this is 1800, this is less than 500, so let's actually go for that. Just because it's way cheaper. What's our limit? Oh, okay, halfway there. 12,000. Okay, good. Good. Okay, they still just list us 3 out of 3. We should upgrade our armada. Double check. We've got the physics lab. We wanted to build a physics lab. That was it. So all the places with... And we have better mines. So by mining network too. Also wonder if there's a way to say like upgrade everything. For now, we'll just say upgrade. Because if there's choices, you can't just upgrade everything. Okay, so now we have the physics lab upgrade, which is going to be excellent. So we will produce more physics research. It's just a single point, but if we do it on a lot of places, then we will be able to push this over 30 as well. And then everything is just going to be in a sort of the same state in terms of how much resources we generate. That's more physics. Upgrade for more physics. And this one is already on a physics tile, so this one is just going to boost it by another one. Okay, we have cleared some space, so we can actually grow. How are we in terms of food? We have a surplus of 2 food, so we can actually still occupy these. We got the Betharian power plant over here. This is going to be hydroponics. Yeah, it's going to suppress the mineral, but that's okay. And then here we're going to go for science. Okay, you actually have to build a basic science lab first and then you can upgrade it. You can't just instantly go for a better lab. So, physics. Mining network 2. Mining network 3. Also mining network 3. So this is definitely something that feels like it could be streamlined. This is if you get a new tech and no, I've got 13 planets that need to be upgraded. I only have 4 directly under my control, and presumably the administrator is gonna deal with that sector over there. But I can see this getting a bit tedious rather quickly. But the first time we're just gonna do it by hand, just to get a feel for how it is. And eventually you might just want to say, oh, we'll just assign a governor to the core provinces as well, so he can deal with it. New popping up. Once it's complete, we actually can expand to a proper planet. Do a spaceport, right? Yeah, we do. We want an observatory in there. Just to get a bit more vision. Observatory is pretty cool, just to see what happens in your space. Not quite sure if the other planets have that. Fidebar. Spaceport, observatory. Then we have on the Patrigor. You also get an observatory. And then that's gonna be it for now. I think timing wise this is also a nice place to put a cut in it. Our trade expired. Let's fix that before we move on. So currently they are loyal but inferior. The tech level is equivalent, so let's have a look. How long is this gonna last still? 67 months. So that's 5 years, 7 months. So a research agreement is gonna be beneficial. How are they doing? 7, 11 and 1. So they got 18 techs that we don't have. In reverse, we have 21 techs they don't have. So actually, we have more than they have. Oh, it's in the reverse. This is the benefit we gain, that's the benefit they gain. So I was looking at it the wrong way. So we need to sweeten the deal a little bit. Let's give them some energy credits. We actually have a lot of them. Oh, we could even say we give you a monthly amount of energy credits. What? Wow, they are not appreciative of that. Not at all. They value them so little. Cool. Minerals. Okay, they are more receptive to this. Okay. Properly min-max this, of course. So we give up a bit of minerals for 10 years of research advantage. At least in the... well, basically across the board. These guys are way better researchers than we are. Because of course, hey, we're wolves. We don't research. We tear our enemies to pieces. Speaking of which, I'm getting slightly... yes, they accepted. Excellent. The wolves are getting restless. That we do need to pick a target and attack it. Problem is that we don't have a way to get to the Terrassi Star Kingdom. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.